What's up, everyone out there in the interwebs? How are you? I am KG Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review, and with me, my man Willy Gibson. How are you, brother?
Good, brother. How about you?
Doing pretty well. Welcome to this edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Folks Talking Sports. I want to apologize publicly to my man Willy Gibson. We had planned to do last Sunday's show after the Rockets game. I didn't get back till 12 o'clock Eastern time. And I was like, I'm not going to wake my man up for no 12 o'clock Eastern time show. So,
all good.
But we're back again. We're going to talk some Big Ten, SEC, power grab. We're going to, real quick, my man allowed me to say to the audience, you can watch us on Folks Talk Sports on Musk, YouTube at Houston Roundball Review for now, and eventually it will be on Folks Talking Sports on Houston Roundball Review. But yes, on X, Musk, Folks Talk Sports right there, and my Facebook page as well. Tune in if you're in H-Town, if you have the I guess KHOU app. I made a guest appearance on KHOU Sports Extra. Will air at 10:30 Central Time this evening, tonight. We recorded it. Not too old. Info, it was on point content. You'll find our discussion. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. Mr. Gibson, I'm going to throw you a curve, man.
Let's get it.
Since you made history today.
History?
Some folks say. Your thoughts on Caitlin Clark from Iowa surpassing Pistol Pete Maravich to become the Division I leading scorer in men's and women's basketball?
I have more thoughts on Washington get called for 2 technicals.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you throw a punch. That's a technical, right? That's an ejection, right? You throw a punch?
Supposed to be.
Yeah. She threw a punch at Jason Sheldon. At Jason Sheldon. She threw a punch. And then they called Cody McMahon for a technical when clearly Caitlin Clark initiated the contact and pushed off. Kind of like she did in Columbus when she was allegedly run into by the fan during the court storming. But I digress. But that's my thought.
CC did walk into Cody Mack. She did. She did walk right into her.
Yeah, but Cody got called for the technical. Like,
right.
Wait a minute.
Caitlin she's got that the knowledge of how to play to the refs and to the crowd. She casually walked by. She was like looking past Cody, and she walked into her.
Yeah,
to make it look like, yeah, I'm not doing this on purpose, but I am doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
So kind of thing.
About that. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
But I was waiting. It took Gus Johnson until she got the points and scored the 2 points, the go-ahead points at the free throw line. After I think right into the first half, right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of anticlimactic, and that was part of the technical on Cody, right?
Yeah.
And then second half or halftime, I don't know which, Gus Johnson goes into more details about Pistol Pete Maravich setting a scoring record in just 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Because he could not, freshmen were not allowed to play years ago when Pistol was playing.
No,
and Pete averaged 44 points a game.
Yep.
Not 28 points a game, which is still a hell of a lot, more than I could do. But that should have been mentioned in the first half during when she was chasing the record, not after the fact when she got the record.
Right.
And he added, but Pete took 38 shots a game. Caitlin Clark averaged 19 shots a game. Okay. Pete had no 3-point line. All right. Keep that in mind. And still, correct me if I'm wrong, 44 points a game is still 1 point plus per shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So Caitlin Clark, 28 points a game, 19 shots a game. That's still 1 point plus per shot.
Correct.
She's still a hell of a player. I'm not throwing shade at her, but I just wish the media would tell the whole story as she pursued and broke these records. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, without question. And it's, I sound sour grape-ish, but it's just ironic that these 2 incidents happened against Ohio State. Again, the technical and the court storming piece. But all that being said, she's, as you said, a great player. Take nothing away from her as a player. she announced Friday or Thursday, late last week, that she will be declaring for the WNBA draft. So that made people in Indiana quite happy, I'm sure.
Oh, no doubt. WNBA happy too. Thrilled to pieces. Yep.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, God bless her.
And I'm pretty sure I haven't heard, but I'm pretty sure the Indiana Fever, who do have the first pick in the 24 NBA WNBA draft, ticket sales probably just set all kinds of records once Kayla made the announcement, made it official that she is declaring for the draft, because it's not a far drive, from Iowa to where the Fever play in Indiana. Business move for her. Go ahead.
They all saw Erica Wheeler, current Fever guard, that she's getting all kind of ticket requests now that Kimberly Clark has declared for the WNBA draft.
Yeah, shocking. That's stunning. But yeah, the WNBA draft will be April 15th.
Yep.
At the Brooklyn Academy of Music. That sounds nice and swanky.
Yeah, they'll have attendees.
Yeah,
for the first time in a while.
Since 2014 through 2016. So good. They're capitalizing on the Caitlin Clark economy, the Caitlin Clark effect. Tickets available to the approximately 1,000 fans.
Yep.
I'm sure that's already been, if it hasn't been, it will be gobbled up. I got this link on my Women's Hoops blog. You can just go to my website and click on the Women's Hoops blog there for that and start following that blog. Got content all over the place, Brother Gibson. Website, YouTube, and the social medias and the blogs and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So salute to her. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Oh, I was had to look. You mentioned it. I had to look for myself. It's about a 5.5 hour drive, Iowa City to Indianapolis.
Okay.
So yeah,
thank you. Because I wasn't sure how long the drive it was, but yeah, they'll make that.
That'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Fever games might be sold out for the next 3, 4, 5 years as long as, and she got a big center at the 5 spot, Aaliyah Boston. So the inside-outside game should be working. I wonder how many games, Indiana Fever games, will be televised nationally this season.
Right.
Should be all of them, if possible. But if they're smart, because Fox, they're all in on Iowa, Caitlin Clark right now. Game today was on the big Fox.
Yep.
I think the Fox app had the senior day ceremony after the game.
Right.
The Big Ten Women's Basketball Championship is sold out. That's going to be on Peacock, right?
I think it is. Yeah.
So I'm sure Peacock is going to enjoy a boost in subscribers for a week or two, So, and see how many folks get those. Can I get the free hook? Give me the discount. Can I get a discount for a month, and then next month cancel? But hey, get it for 4 weeks and try it out. Some folks might hang on with it.
They'll forget. That's what they're making.
They'll forget. That's their banking on. They'll forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, salute to her once again. Gonna get to the Big Ten, SEC in football and the power grab.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to tie it all together locally, where there is no Caitlin Clark effect in women's basketball in the city of Houston.
Yep.
And let's see, Rice Styles women's basketball, they lost their senior day to North Texas yesterday. Attendance wasn't great. Game was Saturday afternoon. Houston Cougars women's basketball senior night had 8 seniors on this year's squad, Mr. Gibson.
Okay.
Probably 5 too many, but that's another discussion. But the game was scheduled at the same time as the Houston men's game at Oklahoma. Why?
Who made that?
Yeah, truly. Even if it were the conference, which is possible, Houston folks should have said, wait. Can we change this to afternoon because it's the same time as our men's game that night? Something.
Right.
But I was the only media person there for the women's game.
Wow.
Keep in mind, Layla Blair is one of the seniors on this year's squad. She's had a very good college career. She's one of the top 8, top 10 scorers in Houston Cougars women's history. That probably deserve more attention than just me from media. But
I agree.
most of my colleagues were either at the game in Norman or watching the game from home. So I don't know. Hustling backwards. I'm using your phrase more and more, talking about my alma mater when it comes to basketball.
Shout out to Bomani Jones. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Attribution is key in journalism. You know that. But so, that's Bomani Jones.
So yep. That sounds like something Bo would say in coin. So salute to him as well.
Yep.
But hustling backwards. But yes, 8 seniors were honored last night before the game.
Yep.
Post game, head coach Ronald, by the way, UH won the game by 1.
Okay.
68-67 over UCF. And the game pretty much encapsulated Houston's entire season. Played okay. Defense 4 turnovers. They finally scored points off the turnovers, which is a rarity this season. Went up 56-35 in the third quarter.
And they won by 1?
Mid to late third quarter, they're up 21 points. They trailed 67-62 with 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Up 56-35, down 67-62. If my math is right, I think it's 32-6.
Yeah. Wow.
But to their credit, senior guard Layla Blair hit a 3-pointer, and then she assisted on a corner 3 by teammate, another senior, Nia Boyd. So they went up by 1. Last minute of play, neither team's offense was anything to write home about. It was really kind of bad, brutal to watch. The execution was really poor, both sides. UCF had the ball with the Cougars had a shot clock violation.
Wow.
Which left 18 seconds left on the clock for UCF. They called timeout. The Cougs switched from man to zone in the last 2 minutes, basically, which confused UCF. Their best player, Kaylin Peterson, had scored 34 points in like 15 or so in the fourth quarter, part of the comeback. But after the timeout, Cougs in the zone, UCF looked bewildered. They're like, what am I supposed to do against this zone?
Wow.
The shot attempt they took for the game winner, you would not want anyone to take as an attempted game winner. It was a forced fall away 12-footer that had no chance in the world of going in. So Houston escaped and won senior night by 1 point, 68-67, after leading by 21 points late in the third quarter. So that win gives them I think they are 13th seed out of the 14 teams in the Big 12. They will play on day 1, Thursday, March 7th, 5:30 Central Time against 12th seed Texas Tech. Texas Tech swept them in the 2 matchups this season. But Texas Tech is probably playing some of the worst basketball in the conference the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
So there's a chance, Mr. Gibson, and folks watching us on these platforms, there's a chance Houston could win to improve to 15-15 overall and go to day 2 of the Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship. And then they would face the 5th seed, I think it is, like Baylor, something like that. They're not going to be Baylor. Okay.
Where's the tournament this year?
Kansas City.
Okay.
And both men's and women's are taking place at T-Mobile Center.
Okay.
So the women first for the first 5-6 days, and then the men for the rest of next week.
Yep. Similar to Big Ten and Target Center in Minnesota. Same.
So yes, they could beat Texas Tech on day one to improve to 15-15. Mr. Gibson, 15-15 is what?
500.
That's 500. You know, you heard the clip. If anybody wants a refresher, I could probably pull it up again. Let me see if I can. But last year, Coach Hughey, head coach for Houston, said the standard is the NCAA. Right? You heard him say that.
Yes, I did.
I asked him after the game Saturday night if he would accept an invite to postseason play. He said, yes, we would. We're receiving invite. We're getting emails about it right now. I don't know about all that.
And see that? Oh, bro.
Go ahead. Have at it. Have at it.
His receipt, his email box must be full. Because I promise he gets emails about everything.
And because you said that, you are correct. I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. This is from last year.
We got a bunch of emails from, other tournaments and things like that, but, it's time to set a standard for NCAAs around here. And that's the thing that we are get together as a team and talk about and being able to make some headway that way. Again, the standard that we've set, again, finishing in the top last 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 years, and getting so close, and 20 wins and 18 wins and, Sweet 16s and WNITs and all that's just coming up short. Again, we sit down together as a group and be able to make a decision with that, because, again, their word is just as important as mine. It's been a long year. And
That's enough. That's enough. Because a few things. You heard him say the emails. He's received emails. But he said the standard is the NCAA.
Help me. Maybe it's my lack of knowledge. But Houston does have an athletic director, correct?
Yes. Chris Pesman.
So these tournaments are contacting the head coach directly by email, circumventing the athletic director?
I would hope not.
Okay.
I would hope not. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm listening like.
He mentioned that he and the staff talked to the players about it. I would hope that he and the AD would talk about it.
I would think so, because he's getting all these emails, allegedly, reportedly. But I'm like, do they not reach out to the athletic director instead of? I just don't know if tournaments reaching out directly to head coaches. Okay.
Yep. And for those watching on X, YouTube, Facebook, last season, the WNIT was the second tier postseason tournament for women's basketball behind the NCAA. It is now third because the brand new WBIT is now second because it is sponsored by the NCAA. So it's NCAA, WBIT, WNIT, and maybe WBI, if it still exists now that it's going to be fourth. And based on the website, the WNIT stated that they usually do not accept or invite teams who have losing records. Houston's record currently is 14-15. Houston's record before beating UCF was 13-15. So what emails, if they're true to their what they say on the website, they do not invite teams with losing records.
Yeah, you said that. I didn't say that.
Because it's like a last resort, because you're not sure of the team's winning records who will accept the invite, because there is an expense involved if you want to host. So they talk to the winning teams first. Excuse me. The team with winning records, the teams above 500 first.
Yep.
And then if those, based on their answers from them, then they go down the list. Let's see who's available, so we can complete our 32-team bracket. So I don't know if the WNIT would reach out already to teams who are under 500.
Right.
Coach Hughey is a positive guy. I commend him for that. He's positive. Like I said, they're 14-15 right now. So if they win on the first day, they're at 500. They'd have to beat Baylor. I think it's Baylor. I think. I might be wrong on that. But on day 2 to get to the quarterfinal. Part of his answer to me last night about if he would accept the invite, he was thinking that they could get to the semifinals of the Big 12. And I'm like, oh, Coach, that's not happening, man. I didn't say that.
Wow.
But one of my friends who saw the video and asked me, so did you laugh out loud in his face when he said that? I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't do that. No, like I said, I'm the only media person there, so I had to be professional and have a stoic face and nod my head as he's saying these things. Like, yes, okay. But in my mind, really,
laugh my head off. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So we'll see. But going back to it one more time, back to the beginning of what he said last season, after losing in the AAC title game, one more time, so I can do it right here. One more time.
And some things like that, but it's time to set a standard for NCAAs around here. And that's the thing that
it's time to set a standard for NCAA around here.
You're 14-15. But what's the one from today? That's the one.
I don't have it on my laptop. It's on my phone. But basically, the comments from today, from Saturday night post game, I asked him to assess this season, and his part of his answer of his assessment was, and I'm paraphrasing, but you get the gist. You heard it. It's on YouTube and Instagram. He said, we were surprised. The Big 12 was 10 times tougher than we thought it would be.
But you had 2 years to prepare.
And he's coached in the Big 12 before. He was on the Longhorn staff before.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Justin, don't worry, man. We talked Caitlin Clark. We're talking Ronald Hughey and Houston women's basketball. And we're going to talk about Big Ten, SEC momentarily. And then, but, you got questions. We're flexible, brother, here. You watch the show enough. You know how I do here on this channel on YouTube. But yes, right now, he said last night, Coach Hughey said last night, the Big 12 is 10 times tougher than he thought it would be. And he said so meaning the staff too. I think he meant this.
I'm never one to advocate for someone to lose their job. However, there's no reason, there's no way in the world you could justify not making a change. I don't understand. Not saying they won't make a change. You can't justify not making a change. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say it, but the ineptitude is mind-blowing.
And let me add, before you add more, 3 more cents from your thoughts. He said, he said, I'm not going to say acknowledge, he said, we have 2 Big 12 players on our roster now. 2.
I was going there too. To the young ladies that play on that team, how? To hear him belittle his team, and it's not even, some coaches will call out their team as a motivating ploy, things like that, but he does this consistently. Talk about how he doesn't have the talent, he has to recruit better, he's this, I'm like, if I'm a player on that team, I'm like, what? Coach, we need to talk. What's the deal? Or if a player can't do this, but if I'm a player, and I notice they very rarely talk to players. If I'm a player, I'm like, well, we need to be coached better. Now that won't happen because coaches, they, wield with
Well,
an iron
yeah,
fist.
yeah, they won't say that on the record.
On the record, yeah, but that's crazy. No
But
accountability. No
right, I
accountability.
will say it like this.
Yeah.
I've heard off the record
Okay.
some comments similar to what you just said.
Fair enough. Fair
Okay.
enough.
They may
Yeah.
not be on this current roster,
All right.
so there may be a reason why some of those players transferred.
Fair enough.
And I was told that reached out to some of the players who did transfer, and some of them said, "Oh yeah, Kris, we know. We've seen your show. You're not wrong." So I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
And I've heard this, the comparison, the analogy.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's blaming others instead of taking accountability like Holgerson. So I guess he wants to have his same fate. But 3 or 4 people said almost they compared his words to Dana Holgerson's words.
1 year left on his deal, correct?
I think so, yes.
It has to happen.
And of this year's team, one freshman. I'd say Layla Blair, Cameron Jones, Bria Patterson, Brittany Onyejay. I'd say 4 or 5 of the roster were here 2 or 3 years. He went out and brought in transfers this year. Okay, a transfer from Pitt.
Yeah, the young lady from Columbus, right?
Pitt is not in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Transfer. He said need more Big 12 players.
Yeah.
Nia Boyd played at Iowa State for like 1 or 2 seasons, but she came to Houston from UTEP. We know UTEP is not in. Okay.
Wow.
Other transfers from Utah. She didn't play at a lot of Utah. Washington State. Let's see. One was from Washington State / USC / Texas Southern.
Wow.
So you say you have 2 Big 12 players on your squad.
But did he say who they were?
He did not.
Wow.
And I did not want to ask him because I didn't want to put the other players under the bus. So
no, he would have done it.
He probably would have. Yeah.
But wow.
And to compare, I've not posted her comments yet. I asked UCF head coach Satia Messer her assessment of the first season for her squad. She did not want to give it. She did not give a grade. She said our season is not yet done because we still have Big 12 championship coming up.
Right.
We are gelling. We're close. We've been in like 4 or 5. We've had like 5 games decided by 1 possession. So 5 or 6 games they've lost by like a combined 15, 16 points, something like that.
Okay.
And I said Caitlin Peterson scored 34 on the Cougars last night. She's coming back next season. I asked her about her incoming recruiting class. She said, we have a 6'8" coming in. And I was like, oh, well, I know the Cougars don't have that. I know they have that coming in. So yet, I think 4 of UCF starters are returning. So that 4 plus 6'8" coming in. And she said, we're going to hit the portal. And I'm like, okay, coach. I see you doing things. Okay. So UCF should get better. Utah is coming into the conference. Colorado is coming into the conference. That's 2 top 25 programs coming into the conference. Iowa State, Arizona's coming in. This has been a down year for them.
Yep.
But Houston fans would be thrilled with Arizona's down year this season. They'll be better.
They played in the Final Fours. So
yes,
recently
they made a title game appearance.
Yep.
They're coming into the Big 12. Iowa State had the youngest, I believe, Coach Finley said Iowa State, youngest team he's ever had. Maybe not ever, but in a long time. And 2 of his freshmen will probably be on the Big 12 all-freshman first team. So they're not going anywhere. Of course, well, NIL, you never know.
Right.
But assuming they do come back,
right.
They'll be good. So
I don't understand it. I don't. I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, even though you know how I feel about the situation.
I know.
Brother Gibson, what
Yep.
if Houston says they bring Coach Hughey back for the final year of his contract, lame duck situation? We just don't have the money.
Somebody told a lie one day. That's my thought. Somebody, because you just joined the Big 12.
Yep.
It's not full compliment. However, it's 2.5 times what you're getting prior
Roughly.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly, yeah.
Yes.
So
8 to like 20.
Yeah.
8 million, 20 million. Yep.
Yeah. So
that was a while ago. When you had
I was like, I did.
Emergency. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was really Justin, man. I had to think back. Like, did I? Okay, I appreciate you, Justin. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying because it's the last year of the deal. You got 4 years left on the deal. Okay, yeah, you might have to have some conversations. The last year of the deal, you got to pay this money anyway. And if I'm thinking right, and I don't know the structure, but typically buyouts, you don't get dollar for dollar.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. So in that respect, you would be saving money. I don't understand the benefit of prolonging this. I don't.
And let me add, because I'm not sure, and I hope this is not the case, because Houston did sign the baseball coach to a 3-year deal in January. At the end of January, under secret, it was known and made public by the school paper. What was it? 2 weeks ago when I sent it to you, roughly about that time.
It's about that.
So as far as we know, Houston has not done that with Coach Hughey, giving him a contract extension.
That again, I do not advocate people losing their jobs. However, if that man gets an extension, I had to clean house.
Well,
I'd have to.
I'd advocate for that too.
How do you justify that? Based on what? Forgive me. I don't want to have to go. No, nothing on hand. Search.
Yeah, we're going to shift gears because we're almost done with this stuff. So we're going to get that.
But how do you justify bringing that man back? I just heard a lot. I started out, understanding, wanting to believe the best and the benefit of the doubt, but man, you're salty by intelligence now, and it's just like, come on, man, like, I don't know if you hip, but I feel like Ed Lover. Come on, son. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yep.
Like, cut it out. Like, come on. So, yeah.
And last thing, we're going to talk Big Ten, Ohio State.
Yep.
I don't do it often. I don't read the comments on videos often.
Yep.
But I checked out the comment of one of the Coach Hughey about the Big 12 is 10 times harder than we thought it would be. The comment I got was, bro, these guys are horrible. Stop going to the post games.
Bro.
That is probably a UH alum. That's what he or she thinks of Houston Cougars women's basketball.
Right.
That's a problem. Chris Pesman, that's a problem.
I'm still with you, but yep.
But yeah, that is a problem. And honestly, it doesn't make financial sense for me to continue covering them either. Okay? I don't receive a huge clicks, views, revenue from Houston Cougars women's basketball.
Right.
The recognition I get from women's hoops is national.
Right.
It's not local. I prefer to be different, but reality is, I'll vote for the Big 12 women's basketball. I get that honor. I vote on 3 national awards. I get that. I get almost early approval for the women's Final Four if I apply early enough. So if I don't cover the women's team, who will?
Right.
So that's one reason why I do it, and I enjoy doing it because the young ladies, they still deserve the recognition. But let's see. Justin asked this question. They were talk Ohio State. Didn't they have this one recruit for Houston UH women's team that they were talking about? How far back are you going? Because they had a 6'5" young lady who was here for, Willie, for like a month.
A month?
And she transferred to, she transferred from Mississippi State to Houston. There was a reason why she left Mississippi State. She got into some trouble.
Okay.
And she got into some trouble here. And she ended up at Jackson State. And she's part of Jackson State's rolling through the SWAC. Her name is, I believe, Daphne Reed. I think that's right.
Okay.
6'5". She could have helped. But there were reasons why she was not asked to stay on the roster. This is like 2 seasons ago. But other than that, the one freshman they have, Kiera Merchant, is just not physically ready for the Big 12. Mr. Gibson,
Okay.
She's got hops, but in terms of the Big 12 is a physical conference. I don't believe Kiera Merchant is one of the 2 players the coach Hughey was referring to when he said we have 2 Big 12 players.
Oh, wow.
If she is, that's a problem because, like I said, as one of my coaching friends told me, Kris, she looks like she's 12 years old.
Wow. Wow.
But all right. Do you have an update? Go back to CA37, an update on the Ohio State men basketball head coaching search.
Yeah. No, other than Ross Bjork is in the building. He officially started on Friday, March 1st, as consultant. This is weird to me. This is strange, but it's 2024. He's the consultant to current athletic director Gene Smith until July 1, when he officially becomes Wolf Family Foundation vice president, director of college athletics, to be official. Wolf Family is very prestigious here in the city of Columbus, and they wrote a nice check to Ohio State to have the Wolf name attached to that position. We'll talk later.
Yeah. I mean, that's done because it's even done. It's like, what is it? What's the title? I'm trying to say? It's like an endowment.
Yeah.
It's a phrase, but basically, like HCU does it. Houston Christian does it here for their basketball.
Oh, no, they all do it.
But yeah,
Yeah, I just had to be official because, to be official. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as the consultant, he's running point on the head coaching search. And Gene Smith, the current athletic director, is assisting him, which I thought was strange. Like, Gene, you're the athletic director. Why are you not running? And I get it. He won't be around next year. Ross is going to be here. And we talked about it on a previous show. I believe the call was made to Gene, you fire him. Yeah. You made this mess. I don't want to come in and my first order of business is fire the head basketball coach. So all that being said, the Buckeyes did win today. They're 4-1 under interim coach Jake Diebler.
Over the
team up north.
Yep.
Senior day. They beat the team up north. They won by 23, which is the largest win. Looking this direction, CA37. What's this direction? Help me.
You talking about like Kelvin Sampson or something? Like
Kelvin? Help me out. I could.
No.
I'm interested to hear what this direction is.
Yeah.
But no. Ross Bjork, on his only statements thus far on the coaching search is he's looking for someone with head coaching experience. He's looking for someone that's been in the room, that's done it. You and I've talked. I still believe Chris Gent is a viable candidate. He's a Buckeye. He gets this program. He gets this city. He gets this fan base. He has the experience on the professional level. Currently assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. I think he was head coach in Houston for a while, if I remember right.
On staff, yeah.
UH assistants, maybe? No, he's not looking at any assistants. He's looking at head coaches. And it's the wash, rinse, repeat season of get your name mentioned in a head coaching search, get a new contract. Doug McDermott of Creighton, who you utilize, he was never getting this job, but hey, his name was on the search list, and Creighton gave him a lifetime deal. God bless you. Get the money.
Yep. Get that money.
But yeah, so it's head coaches that he's looking for, according to his most recent statements. And you got to take him at his word. No one knows. And that's the thing. You hear all these, well, this guy's a candidate, this guy's a candidate, and this guy's a favorite. No one knows. Ross Bjork just got here Friday. No one knows. So we'll see. I'm finding out just like everybody else. I'm not one that's gonna make it up. Right. I'm not one that's gonna make. And to that point, can I say this? I'll just talk about it. Prayers to the Chris Mortensen family. ESPN's Chris Mortensen, one of probably the original insider.
Yes.
As far as the NFL is concerned, passed away this morning at 72.
He did. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, he passed away this morning at 72, and I had a chance to met him, been in several rooms with him. Phenomenal man, a man of faith, unabashedly Christian. Let you know about his faith, not in a forceful way, but just how he lived his life and how he, just a friend to all. I don't know anyone today or any other day that's had a crossword to say about him. So I just want to say that. But yeah, no one knows as far as Ross Bjork and what his game plan is. He hasn't said he hasn't been here. He's been here 3 days. So, we're finding out. And I say that to say everyone is putting these lists out, whether this guy is a viable candidate and this guy. Again, we'll find out as it unfolds.
Right. Thank you for that. And I did not know that Mort had passed away. So prayers to his family and friends and family of Mort. Great guy.
Yeah.
And I knew he had health issues. Yeah. But I did not know he did pass away this morning. It's this cycle of life, man. It's inevitable. We all just got to do the best we can while we're here.
Exactly.
My man. Yeah. My man. I'm curious. You are a proud alum of the Ohio State.
I am.
But I'm curious of your initial reaction to the proposal, suggestion, rumors of the Big Ten and SEC wanting 3 each automatic bids for the 2 years from now. 2 years from now, 14-team playoff.
Expected. They're the, if I can use this, you can't see it, but they're the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah.
So you have not because you ask not. So will they get it? No, probably.
Really?
Yeah, but you gotta ask. Oh, let me say this.
Okay.
Chris Collins is the latest name that you're hearing.
Northwestern.
Yeah, he's had 3 21 seasons at Northwestern, so that's like John Wooden-esque.
Yeah, that's like miracle worker stuff.
Right. So he's the flavor of the month as far as the Ohio State men's basketball head coaching search. But back to hey, it's a power move. Like, hey, we're just trying to stir the drink. We bring in the money, so it's only right that we get what we want.
I'm surprised you said, or you doubt
Yeah, I don't think
that they won't get it?
I don't. Just because, yeah, you're the straw that stirs the drink, but at the same time, we still gotta have
It's a bad look.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we all know it really is a power two. We know
yeah,
we know that.
sure.
And even from a ACC Big 12 perspective, to hand out 2 automatic spots for them, so it's a total of 10
Yeah,
of the 14 spots. You know, it's just a bigger invitational.
right.
The the Big 10 don't water down the season. Don't diminish winning the conference regular season.
Right.
Award those, you win the conference. That's the 4. That's automatic bids. Okay, simple. Then, if you're good enough in the Big 10, the SEC, there should be, might be, probably more times than not
Yep.
when they would get 2, 3, 4 teams in
Or
the
10.
playoff.
Yeah.
But to just put it in writing, yeah, here you go, y'all get 3 spots.
Nah.
What and the rationale I saw today, read today, was we don't want to leave it in the hands of the committee. Huh? we didn't like how they handled Florida State, they handled SMU and Liberty. That was just, Liberty
Yeah.
getting the at large, the group of 5 spot with the worst non-conference in the schedule, which they supposedly said wasn't important. It was until it wasn't.
Right. Right.
So they're saying, well, yeah, that's why we want to hand out automatic bids. No, it's just a bad. And I'm kind of surprised, really, at the amount of negative feedback they've received nationally, because folks are saying this is a bad look. If you're deserving, you'll get in.
Right.
And I think with now the Big 10 has gone away from divisions, right?
Yep.
And I think
this year. This will be
the
first
SEC has or is going to, with Texas, Oklahoma join, right?
Yep, they did as well.
So why do you want to have automatic? You're just diminishing winning the conference championship.
Right.
And I guess really, if you hand out 3 automatic bids, then you're canceling the initial money grab, which is the conference championship game. Because there'd be no point of having that.
Exactly. That's just it. Why? I mean, they're talking the Big 10 now with the addition of the Big 10 West. Well, we know it's not officially the Big 10 West, but Washington, USC, UCLA, and Oregon moving the Big 10 championship game from Indianapolis to Indianapolis to Las Vegas. That's a discussion being had at this point.
Every year or what, in rotation?
No, every year.
Because the Big 12, well, I'm not sure. I know the media days will be in Vegas for football this year and probably next year. And ultimately, they probably will want to have their, well, if they're still having conference championship games, because they might not.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know about this, but let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of college ball, what do you guys think about Rich Paul releasing a statement on Bronny James' behalf about possibly gauging the interest of NBA teams? He's not ready.
I will say this. Can I say one thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Justin, we can remove possibly.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Yeah, we can remove possibly. Yeah. He's absolutely gauging the interest, and Bronny's absolutely coming out. Period.
Even though he's not ready, which we all know.
Oh yeah,
but it's a power grab by his dad and Rich Paul too. So
yeah, cool. It's a lovely position to have the opportunity to say, Jeannie Buzz, keep this $51.5 million. I'm going here for 1.7.
Yeah.
Because his $51.5 million player option doesn't come due until 2 days after the 2024 NBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
So he's waiting. Who's going to take my son? I've already said, hey, we coming. I'm coming with him. So who's going to? And by the way, Oklahoma City has 3 first-round draft picks, 2 in the lottery. Now, I'm not saying it's a lottery pick.
Yeah.
But they do have a late first-round draft pick. And if not them, somebody's going to go try to buy
Justin,
that.
Come on, Justin. You understand why he's leaving?
Yes.
Sure you do. You're a smart man. You know why he's leaving. Yeah. He's not ready. There's no one believes he's ready.
No, he's not.
I'm not even sure he was the best brother.
He's not.
Thank you. He's not.
Bryce is the one.
Yes.
Without question.
But I thought about this while you were talking.
Okay.
If the Lakers draft Bronny in the second round, I mean, they could buy a second round pick, I think.
Yeah, they
can. Not over the hard cap, whatever.
Yeah.
The Lakers having Bronny on the roster to make LeBron happy. How different is that from having Giannis's brother on the Bucks roster?
0. No different. But you know what? To that point, here's the thing what I thought about, because you're right. They can't buy a pick. But who's going to be the team that's going to help the Lakers get Bronny James?
That's
Can
fair.
you say collusion?
Yeah, that's fair too, yeah.
Yeah, who's going to be the team that's going to help Rob? Think about it. He talked about it during the trade deadline. How players that they were interested in moved for much less than that teams were asking the Lakers for. It's the Laker tax. It's the Laker tax. So who's going to help Rob Pelinka and LeBron James bring Bronny to the Lakers?
And Justin's point, it's legit. No question.
Oh, yeah, without question.
And it's not, honestly, it's not fair to Bronny. None of this is.
Nope.
But the Lakers are going to do it, And I say the Lakers because Jeannie Buss does not want to lose LeBron. If Rafael Stone says, you know what? The hell with Jeannie Buss. I don't even know if Rockets have a second round pick off the top of my head, but if they do, with the third pick of the second round,
right,
we have a trade. The Houston Rockets have moved into the second round. They traded Jayshawn Tate to the Cavaliers for the Cavs second round pick, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, with their pick in the second round, the Houston Rockets select Bronny James from USC.
Yep. Speaking of Bron, let me say that, because I'm going to ask a question. I saw this, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, 100%. I mean, somebody tweeted, and I'm reading it as Cuffs the Legend. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Cuffs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Cuffs tweeted earlier this evening, all I'm saying is, if 23 had 4 points in a primetime game on a Sunday like 30, it would be absolute Armageddon on the timeline.
Yeah, what was the final score?
They won by 52. 140 to 88.
Okay, so halftime was like 44, wasn't it? Like 82-38, something like that?
It was 82-38.
So they even won. They built up the lead. Wow.
Yep.
So we're talking about the Celtics thrashing the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
And, oh, man, I talked to one of my buddies. We were in the Rockets locker room waiting to talk to the players last week before the road trip. And he was talking about, man, I don't know if anybody wants to play the Warriors come playoff time. I'm like, bruh, please, man. That window's closed, man. That window's, man, they're winning. Man, come on. They're not going. They can't beat the Nuggets. They can't beat these really good teams in the playoffs. Come on.
Nope.
And Boston has won what now 11 in a row after
11 in a
today's
row.
thrashing.
11 in a row.
Clearly, and obviously it's West and East. Clearly, the Warriors are not even in the same stratosphere of Boston.
No.
Oh yeah, and eventually, Bronny will get cut. Yeah, he knows that. I'm sure.
But it's the novelty.
Right.
Father and son on the court at the same time. Only has to happen once for a mission to be accomplished.
And hey, it's part of it. It's not. We can say it's not right, and nobody will say you're wrong, Justin.
Yep.
Except Rich Paul, maybe LeBron and his wife, because they want to do it. As you say, it's the novelty part of it.
Yeah.
But hey, and the Lakers are going to do it. But it would surprise me, but I would commend another team. To hell with Rich Paul. I'm going to call his bluff.
Yep.
We're going to draft Bronny James.
Oh, yeah.
And then have Rich Paul, call behind closed. Well, he's not going to come to y'all. Well, that's on you, brother, because we drafted him. So hey. Well,
that's Justin.
Lonzo Ball and LeVar, he messed up stuff for his sons. He did.
Yeah.
He did. And ultimately, it's not a good look. Yeah.
Yep.
And when it does happen, we'll talk about it here on Folks Talking Sports.
Oh, without question.
And Justin, don't be a stranger. Keep coming back to these shows. So when it does happen, you can just shake your head and come and say, "Man, this is not good for Bronny." And you're not wrong. But it's. Would you say it's inevitable?
Yep.
Well, there we go.
Absolutely.
On that note, boy, we had a wide-ranging discussion. We talked about Caitlin Clark, the Caitlin Clark effect. We talked about Ronald Hughey and Houston Cougars women's basketball, Ohio State men's coaching job, Big Ten, SEC, power grab.
Yep.
Bronny James and LeBron and Rich Paul, power grab. Hey. And CA37 has makes a good statement. I would play with my dad if I could. Hey.
Of course.
And as Justin said, it's Folks Talking Sports. That's right. That's what we're doing. Wide range here. Thank you very much for chiming in, Mr. Gibson.
Oh, I was looking at something. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah,
I just want to see
it's
the
true.
pick. Yeah, the Lakers have the 55th pick in the second round.
So do have a second round pick. So they don't have
a
buy
second round pick.
All right.
I was being selfish. I'm still of the mindset that LeBron's will at one point finish at home. And I'm looking to see the Cavs of the second round pick, and as of right now, they don't.
Oh, so you even going there? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And salute to LeBron for reaching the 40,000 point plateau.
Thank you. Other colleagues in the media, it's crazy that I won't give them shine by mentioning their name, but we all know who they are. People that have made millions, fed their families off of this man, and yet all they do is criticize.
Yep.
All they do is like, man, without him, you fed your family for decades off of strengthening this man's character.
You agree with this comment right here?
Water cooler talk?
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Part of it. That's part of Folks Talking Sports.
I mean.
And let me say this, because I think I told you.
That's y'all. I mean, I'll leave that to y'all. I don't know
that. No. Although some of my colleagues have said that already.
What was up with him and Bradley Beal the other night?
I missed it. I didn't see it. I read about it.
Okay.
But I'm assuming, Ime, he likes going at mismatches, and Brad Beal, we know he can't play defense anymore.
Right.
Jalen scored 34, 17 in each half. And I'm sure they said, cook him, And Jalen he's not shy. When he got it rolling, he's not shy about talking. So it could have been that simple.
Okay.
But real quick, I think I told you this, but Justin, this is for you and CA37, these closing moments of FTS. I think the article is still on my website, HoustonRoundballReview.com, the HRR.com. It might be a commentary way back when I used to do commentaries on a regular basis. I called them basketball for thought. I saw LeBron James play when he was going to his senior year in high school.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Pearland, tournament in Pearland. Okay, and this, Justin, to show you how old I am and how old LeBron is. This is when this is when AAU was really, they stretched the imagination about roster building. On LeBron's team, LeBron is from where, Mr. Gibson?
Oh, he's just a kid from Akron.
Okay.
Just like me.
Teammates. Kendrick Perkins was on this team. This is AAU now. Okay.
Yep.
Perkins from Beaumont.
Yep.
Leon Poe was on this team.
Oh, wow. I forgot about Leon.
Yes. So there was no 50-mile, you got to be within 50 miles of your teammates. None of that. This team was national.
Yep.
The promoter of the tournament, he told my mentor, Ralph Cooper at KCOH, that he was going to bring LeBron James in to this tournament. And this was right after LeBron was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
As a junior, I mean, even as a sophomore, whatever, saying that teams would take him in the NBA draft as a junior right now with the top pick. All the hype.
Yep.
But when this guy said, Ralph, I'm telling you, I'm going to get LeBron James to come to this tournament, nobody believed him. Nobody believed him. This brother did have some shady. There's some reasons for the trepidation. Okay. So I was there. A lot of my other colleagues, and one of them who's retired now. Heck, I can even say Mark Berman's retired now. But Scoop, this is pager time. Pagers. Berman said to me, KG, if LeBron is there, hit me up on my pager and let me know, and I'll send somebody.
Sky pager?
So,
no.
You know what I'm saying? But the gym was packed. Friday night, he was flown in. He arrived. I mean, there were some folks questioning until he stepped foot on the parking lot ground. Yeah, right. He ain't coming. He comes in with his people, his boys, basically. It's nothing.
Mav, Randy.
All of them from what's St. Vincent St. Mary, right? Right?
Yep.
They come in. I see him. I get the phone call. I make the phone call. He's here. I had not seen LeBron play yet. Okay, this is my first time seeing him.
Yeah.
Young fella put on a show.
Yep.
I mean, 6'8" point guard. These guys, I don't even know if they had time to practice together. Okay?
Right.
Because everybody's from all over the country.
Right.
But he's running the offense, dictating, you go here. Let's do this. Fundamentals.
Yep.
And that's what I knew. This brother's different. He's 17 years old. He's doing fundamentals.
Yep.
Bounce pass, chest passes, defense. He played defense. This is an AAU game, Will.
Yep.
And some dude, I don't even remember the young man's name, on another team, had a transition fast break opportunity.
Chase down.
LeBron chased down and did the Jordan two-hand block. And the crowd lost it. Just lost it.
Right.
And they won the game. LeBron's team won the game. Their next game, Saturday morning, like 10 o'clock in the morning. No, that's wrong. It was the first game that morning. So coaches were all there. But Friday night, after I saw him play, I made it home. I called one of my road dogs. And it's like 11 o'clock, 11:30. And I said, man, are you awake? He's like, no, not really. I said, sit up. He's like, why? And this is what I said, quote, because I've seen Jesus.
Wow.
That's what I said when I
Wow.
saw him. I was that impressed. And you know, I don't impress easily,
No, you
especially
don't.
nowadays, now that it's changed that I've got older. But seeing him put on that show, and then oddly enough, because they play, AAU, you play like 3 games in 24 hours just to get out of the round robin stuff.
Right.
They didn't get to the championship day
They didn't?
because they did not. They did not win the tournament.
Wow.
But that's my first time seeing LeBron James story.
Wow.
But yes, LeBron.
It's funny, Justin, you say that, because I had a conversation just earlier today. And, the whole Jordan LeBron thing is tired to me. I think it's lazy.
Yep.
I think it's a lazy conversation, clickbait, hot take, whatever. But I said, you know what? I want to take LeBron's stat line from last night, and I want to find a stat line from 2014. And I want to see if anyone can tell me which one is which. Because there's no drop off.
Yeah.
None. Year 21, year 11, year 1. To the point where I saw something today. I saw this after I had this conversation. It took him 358 games to score to score 10,000 career points. And it took him 358 games to go from 30,000 to 40,000.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Consistent excellence. And yeah, Justin, you're not wrong about Perk. I saw Perk Beaumont Ozan in I think the year before, when they were this was back in the day when H-Town was really high school tournaments, because it was 2 different guys trying to compete against each other for who had the better national, bringing the national teams. But yeah, Beaumont Ozan, I was like, ooh, this young man is talented, man. Yeah. It's good old days, man. The good old days. And being a KCOH with Ralph Cooper. And we got merch. Got Nike gear, Will.
Oh, that's what's up.
Had the Nike shoes, had the hookup. Kris, what size are you, man? I'm a size. Oh, I got that. Next time I come, next week I'll come bearing some gifts. Thank you very much. Oh man, it was great.
You got the plug like that?
So it was great. Oh yeah, man, it was the good old days of KCOH. Those days are gone now. Sadly, we're older now. But if anyone out there wants to hook me, I can. Willy, give me your shoe size, and you want to hook us up now, we'll do that too.
13. We're at 13. Let's go.
But yeah, give us some shoes, sponsor this show, and give us some shoes. We'll do that too. But this has been great, man. This is so much fun. Justin, man, thank you very much for your questions and your comments. I'm going to give you and the audience, as you know, Justin and CA37, give y'all some appreciation once I pull it up here. And even this. But much appreciated for everybody joining us this evening. Episode 123 of Folks Talking Sports. Mr. Gibson, I'm going to give you the floor and say I lost my train of thought because I wanted to say it in my slick Rick voice. But basically, it's your world.
Hey, young world.
Hey, young world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, but always appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate the camaraderie with everyone. Justin, CH137, all of it. But you can find me on social media on Twitter at Will Gibson 7, Facebook Will Knows, and IG and Threads Will Knows Sports.
Thank you, my man. And the show is here on X at Folks Talk Sports, but also IG and Threads at Folks Talking Sports. So a little bit different. And y'all know me, of course. You can see me there on X at the HR Review. But more and more, follow me here, Houston Roundball Review on IG, Spoutable, Threads, and TikTok. I am KG Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Thank you. Tell your friends about this show. Folks Talking Sports. We talk sports, as Justin acknowledged and participated in the conversation. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Houston Roundball Review. Follow us, me and Willy Gibson, on our platforms. Reminder, if you're watching the show right now, live, I will be on, watch my segment, my appearance on KHOU Sunday Sports Extra, airing Sunday night, 10:30 p.m. is the show. Had a fun segment with the fellas, talking hoops. So that was good. I was a little contrarian at one point because I do that sometimes. Sometimes. Exactly. But in closing, since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective. Y'all take care.